I LARP as a cowboy in Arc Raiders. It's just fun. It's got to be one of the best social gaming experiences I've had in a while. I don't remember the last time I had this type of experience with a video game. I think the last time I had a social experience like this was maybe the early days of Destiny 1 when I had to go like out of my way to like go messaging people in the tower. Maybe Halo 3 when people were still using game chat back in the day with Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. I don't know. I've been meaning to get into this arc. I've been meaning to do a little bit of an Arc Raiders review. In the wake of Concord 3 being out, I decided to get into Arc Raiders. I just jumped hip deep and went straight into it. And it is definitely easily one of the best social gaming experiences I've ever had in my entire life. It's just great. It feels like nostalgic almost. Like back when Halo 2 had proximity chat. Like it feels like I've gone back to that almost with other people doing the prox chat in this game. People just don't use voice chat as much anymore in most games. I, myself included, I'm usually in a Discord server with or an Xbox party chat or a PlayStation party chat with some of my friends, or we're using something to just hang out and talk and while we're gaming. That's just the way it is. People are trying to relax while they're gaming. They're not coming home trying to be sweaty gamers, trying to call everybody's mom fat. You know, some of those were pretty salty. That's a different video, but in the lobby chat. But after every game, let me just get right into this here. Arc Raiders is this big extraction shooter that came out. I don't remember when it came out. I'll put it up on screen hopefully, but like I didn't get into it right when it came out because I was pretty busy doing other stuff. But then I got into it when Marathon came out, partially just to spite Bungie, but also just because I've been meaning to get into it. So I've been LARPing as a cowboy in this game because like the way it is, and people, I'm the helpful cowboy in this game. I upgraded to the deluxe edition of the game so that my character could get the cowboy hat. I paid $40 for it originally for the original price, but I decided to upgrade to the deluxe edition because like they have that upgrade in the game and it has a cowboy hat and a poncho. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, it's my thing, man. Like I'm going around LARPing as a cowboy in this game. And I'm at the point where I've got so much crap in the game that I just can't keep up. So every time I die, I just craft whatever I need again and just go right back in. I don't need to worry about it. So if I ever get ratted on and somebody's doing PvP, I don't have to worry about it. But it's been such a fun game. It's in that extraction shooter genre, and people have been trying to compare this game to Marathon and have Marathon compete with this game. Marathon is like a PvP game. Like, you got to think of that as a completely different type of game. Is it an extraction game? Like, sure, but it's mostly PvP focused. This game is more of a social experiment. It's not a competitive game at all. Like, I'm going in and I'm just kind of hanging out with other players, vibing and shooting robots. Like, that's all there is to it. I would say in my games, the vast majority of them have been like no rats, no PvPers, no nothing. It's been kind of weird, honestly, because I've always heard that like, oh, if you go in here, you still have to be cautious. But maybe it's that aggression-based matchmaking system instead of the skill-based matchmaking system that they got going on. But I don't know. I run into rats or PvP players maybe 1 in 100 games. Like, it's not as crazy as they say it is. So if you just don't shoot anybody and you don't go out of your way to shoot other players, like, I don't think there's an issue. But at the same time, the tension that there might be a rat in the lobby is always kind of nice. And because it doesn't happen that often, it's good. If it were to be like a constant thing, like in Marathon, for lack of a better comparison, then I would think more of it and I would say it's not for me. But like, yeah, that's what it is. But this game has been really fun, and I've got a significant amount of time in it now, and the guns play well. It's made by Embark Studios. Like I've heard that some of the same developers that made games like Battlefield 1 and Star Wars Battlefront 2 is like the same kind of group of some of those people. It feels pretty much the same as like third person. It's a third person shooter, so it kind of feels like you're playing Battlefront 2. So maybe that's kind of why it is the way it is. But the guns feel really good. The gameplay is fun. It's not too slow. I'm glad that it's not too slow. Some of these extraction games, just go back to Tarkov, where it's more of a mill sim, right? Like, it's a simulation game. Like, you were gonna have to take your time. Like, hardcore Tarkov players know what to do, and You got to have the right bullets for every gun. You got to have, like, if you get hit, you're going to be bleeding out. You got to keep, if your leg is hurt, it's not getting better. You're not just slapping a band-aid on it and it'll be better. No. There's other mechanics in that game. That's really hardcore, right? So like this is more of a casual experience, and it's been great. I love the aesthetic of this game too. How it's kind of like that post-apocalyptic, but it's got the vibe in this game is just different. Where it's kind of like that futuristic, where I guess maybe humans tried to go to space or something. So like kind of like maybe a future NASA aesthetic. Like some of the clothes look like they were ripped off an old astronaut suit, which is pretty cool. So I love the aesthetic of it, but then you got, like, I think the guy with the cowboy hat, the guy that I run all the time, he's got like an old astronaut arm piece on his gear, which kind of looks goofy in my opinion, but like it's in a good way because it's that old NASA astronaut aesthetic. It's kind of cool. I like how the mixture of post-apocalyptic and that aesthetic. The art design is just great, and it runs really well on my system. Then again, I have a 4080 Super, so like maybe everything will run good on my system. And I have a 16 core CPU and a 4080 Super, so like maybe that's why it runs so good. The enemy design, because I think it was originally designed to be a looter shooter. The enemy designs are kind of, some of them are cool, some of them are really cool, but then people have problems with this, right? Where there's some drones that fly around with armor on them. Like those are kind of goofy. Like I could do without those. But those are just kind of annoying. Like the one that the Firefly, I think, or the one that comes down and just shoots you with a flamethrower, but it's armored, so like you can't. It's annoying, bro. Like you might as well just shoot it with the hull cracker a couple of times and make sure it's dead. Don't even try to risk taking your time to aim at those back propellers. The enemy design is kind of neat, and the movement that they have, like especially like the robots that walk around, like the queen or the leaper, I think is what it's called. Dude, that thing like walks around like a spider that's lost its balance. It's kind of funny though, because you can tell that the AI, like the robot, is trying to keep its balance. It's kind of funny to look at it, to watch it do that. The matchmaking system in this game is definitely different from the other games. They say that it's an aggression-based system, and I've tested this myself, where I've gone in and I have shot players purposely. I've done this 2 times. So like I've only tested this twice. So like I was in peaceful lobbies all the time. But then I went in, I would purposely shoot the players, any player that I found. And gradually I found myself getting into shoot on site lobbies. Like everybody was just shooting on site. I think it would maybe like between 7 games. 7 in that neighborhood, 7 to 10 games is how many it took to be just like kill on site. So then at that point, I tested this the other direction, where I shot nobody and I didn't say anything mean into the microphone. I don't know if it even has anything to do with it, but I tested it. I just tested it for the sake of testing it. And it took about the same, like 7 to 10 games. I was in completely peaceful lobbies where I was walking around and people didn't even have their guns drawn. And so I've done that cycle 2 times. So in my personal experience testing that, it's aggression based. So and you can reset that. I still don't know how it works after an update, because sometimes the game will update and it'll just throw me into a lobby where I just get gunned. Like if people just gun me down. It's kind of crazy. All in all, I think this game has been a fantastic experience, and I absolutely would recommend it even to casual gamers who are trying to have a fun shooting and looting experience. Shoot some robots, loot some stuff. Definitely very friendly if you also don't have a lot of time as well. Like it's not super grindy, in my opinion. I've gotten everything. I'm at the point where even if I lose all my stuff, it doesn't matter. I just craft another set and go back in. It didn't take me a whole lot of time to get here. So I would say the time spent on the game is good. There are problems with this though. Like I'm going to get into the problems of the game. Like there are some cons to the game. I would say that if you're in the PvP lobbies, there are definitely some cheaters running around. I don't keep up with the news on the game a whole lot. A little bit. I keep up a little bit. So there's some cheaters in the game. I know that that's been a problem, and a lot of people have been complaining about that. Another problem with the game is the lack of content. This kind of goes back to where in my opinion, I've mixed opinions about this whole lack of content controversy in this game. On the one hand, I have a hot take. Okay, guys, I have a hot take where I'm okay with a game not having tons of content that you have to grind over and over again, or a seasonal reset type of thing. I'm okay with a game not doing that. I'm okay with a game just being a box product and just playing through the game and getting my money's worth out of that game. I actually kind of I like that more. Like I've got tons of N64 cartridges back here. Like back in the day, like you would just buy an N64 cartridge, pop that sucker in your N64, which is also right there. Pop that sucker in your N64, and you had the full game, no expansions or updates. You just pop it in your N64 and just go to town, play it as much as you want over and over again. You don't lose access to the game. It's not a subscription. And when you're done with the game, like when you've completed everything in the game, you can move on to the next one. I'm perfectly fine with that. That's kind of a hot take now because everybody's trying to sell games as a service, right? And sell them as a subscription. But I'm okay with the game being a box product. So like this whole lack of content controversy in Arc Raiders, I'm not super worried about it as much as other players. I get it. They advertised it kind of as a live service extraction shooter with updates, and there are updates to the game fairly regularly, and they do add content. But like in terms of like the actual overall grindable content for the game, I'm fine with where it's at. I don't feel the need to have constant content updates. I'm okay with the game being a box product, but that could be just me. I know that there's other people that want more content to the game. And if they ever do stop making content for a game like this, maybe they should just put it like onto a loop. Like every 6 months, you could get the option to reset or something so that you always can go back and just reprogress again. You know, just something like that if it ever goes out of service. The lack of guns is probably the only other problem I have with the game because like there's not too many guns. Like on the one hand, I do like that because like I run around with the Anvil revolver all the time. Because I'm a cowboy. I'm LARPing as the cowboy in the game. I go around with the Anvil revolver a lot, and it's my favorite. It's really good against the robots too. It's just fun to use, but like it's the only gun of that type in the game. So there's no other revolvers to go after, no other heavy ammo handguns to go after. It's all kind of stagnates after a while, like, but like especially when you get guns that are really only good for PvP, like that's kind of goofy. Like I think the Bobcat was kind of the meta for PvP for a little bit, but I just never really bothered to use it. I just kind of ran around with I would run around with the Renegade. That's another one. The Renegade, the lever action rifle. I love that gun, but that was fun. But all in all, I would give this game. What do we give this game? What do we give the game? I mean, it's an extraction shooter. Oh boy. Man, what do you give the game? Booey. If I had to give it a number, I would probably give it a good 7.5 or 8 out of 10. Is that fair? I don't know. Maybe it's fair. Again, I'm biased because I'm okay with the lack of content updates. Other people could give it a lower score than me, but as far as like the social experience goes, the content that is grindable in the game and the content that does reset with the expeditions, like I like it. Like it's kind of my thing. It's a good loop for me. Like I come home from work, I don't have to spend too much time on it, and I can still progress meaningfully, and I can still reset at the end of a season if I want to. It just feels good to play. I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. Give it a solid 4 out of 5. No 7. 7's just a goofy number now. I've watched enough game reviews on a certain gacha game that like every time I hear the phrase 7 out of 10, it kind of burns my brain a little bit. If you know, you know. Goofy stuff. Anyway, 8 out of 10. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I think that's fair. So would recommend. Absolutely. Use the proximity chat if you choose to play. Get out of here and be good.